Energy is everything. I have a dog. Um, he's quite old now, and I had to go away. I think I spoke about it before, for a few days. So I had to leave him with someone for a few days. Now, before I was going away, this person had called me up. They were like, "Oh, I haven't seen you. I haven't seen the dog for a long time. I want to see him before it's too late, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Too late? There's loads of time to see him." But I knew that, it was a delicate time because he's old. So small things have an effect. But I ignored that intuition and decided to let him go and stay there. Even when I was away and I went to hand him over, the person I handed him over to watch him for 4 days or 5 days. She was an old acquaintance. She gave me a hug, and it was like a lackluster kind of. She just threw her arm out and just wrapped it around my neck, sort of thing. And as I left, I just paused for 2 seconds on the top of her, on the stairs of her flat, and I just was like, that was strange. So I already sensed the energy was off in her space, in her everything. So as I'm away, she's calling me. "Oh, my mum's coming over. I need to drop the dog off a day early. This and that." So we arranged for my neighbor to take the dog for one day, and I'm come back. And when I came back, the energy of my dog, who is quite old, had dropped dramatically. Every mole that he had on his body, which was there prior to me leaving, had got bigger. It was almost as if he had aged overnight. Now, this could be just the age thing, and it's like a light switch. They just, because he's, very old, 14 years old in human years, he's deteriorated rapidly. But I have an inkling that it was my initial thought of not upsetting the balance of taking him somewhere. The thing about being around us is that we resonate positive, high vibrational energy. So we give that off, and that's a very rejuvenating frequency. So with that, we tend to look younger than our years. We tend to be able, we are already light bearers, and we're already light workers and healers. But also, if you're around us and we're resonating in neutrality, acceptance, love, kindness, forgiveness, that energy can also rejuvenate you. So that's how we're able to, have healing hands, or be able to have a sense of love vibration which we can send to people either through telepathy or just from touch. And being in our space, you can also just have that sense, that energy. Now, a lot of the time in my past, when I don't want to always give the blame away, because I have to take the blame of my behaviors, but I always felt that when I was around these black cloud, these empty holes, that I would match them. So I would, rather than bring the light into the darkness, I would go into my darkness. So I would go down to their level. So I would break myself down rather than trying to maybe stay up and see if I could bring them up. But the thing is, usually heal we can't heal people that are have no souls to heal. Like, they're not healable. Only God can do that. So yeah, I would allow myself to fall down to their petance of a level. They're sort of, these cretins, these human beings, subhuman, slimy, detritus beings, microorganisms. So we have to try and stay up. But with the person that looked after the dog, it could be an absolute coincidence. But since my awakening or awakenings, I don't particularly believe in coincidences anymore. I believe that if I wasn't away and he was with me, he wouldn't be what he is now. He's now doesn't answer his name. His legs are failing. He's has no energy. He's not really interested in food. So it's coming to the end now, which is pretty sad. But I can say that his aging definitely either returned to the normal speed or it sped up, or the fact that he wasn't around my vibration he's definitely fallen down to that person's vibration, and it's evident in every single thing. He's super tired. Yeah, so it's something to remember. To remember to pray over people that are sick, to wish people good vibrations if we can help their situation, and to, if we're able to pay forward a favor or help homeless or someone that you're able to help, if you can do it without harming yourself, then do it. A lot of the times I find we actually get drained because our boundaries are not very strong, so we don't say no often. And another one is to also just to agree with people when they want us to argue with them. So rather than getting into arguing or explaining or challenging, just be like, okay,